Examples of this. What happens when students are invited to make work which is more personal or speculative or whimsical with engineering tools, and to create solutions to create works whose solutions are less provably correct. I just want to say about students coming from the sciences and engineering, many of them have never even been asked, what would you like to make? And so the courses that I offer in these topics sort of give them the rare privilege of sort of being able to explore that, because it may be the last time they're asked that question for a while. So here are some examples. My students work in areas like interactive and computational information visualization. This is a self-directed project by a student, Jesse Chris, from a number of years ago, in which he visualized on two parallel timelines albums which have been sampled, such as 70s funk, and albums which contain samples of those. And so you can see this kind of reference generation, the early 70s being the sort of peak era of times when music was sampled, and the albums which sampled them, like the rap of the late 80s and early 90s. In an interactive form, you can actually see which album has been sampled by which bands, and which bands have used samples from which sources. Another project by Doug Fritz, an art student, used a high-speed camera and computer vision techniques to isolate and record every water droplet in a 5-minute shower. It's a wholly poetic exploration, but one that could not be achieved in any way but using code. My students also work with digital fabrication technologies. Some of you may know senior Max Hawkins in computer science and art. As a freshman, he wrote a program to generate cutout patterns from any 3D model, such as the Stanford Bunny in this case, specifically for the design of massive space-occupying inflatables. My students work in mechatronics and robotics. In my spring 2011 class, Eric Brockmeyer developed this custom pick-and-place machine in order to decorate cakes with M&Ms. They work in full-body interactive experience design and generative form. In my processing class in 2007, Michael Contopoulos developed this project, which grows trees on your shadow if you hold still enough. And art students Caitlin Boyle and Asa Foster made the world's first two-person interactive puppet for the Kinect in my spring 2011 class, based on the kind of idea of a snuffleupagus, where one person is the behind and one person is the front. This is a project by Billy Keys. It's a kind of augmented reality using computer vision, in which a program was developed that interprets the user's drawing as a control panel. And I think oh, is it not playing? Here we go. So the user draws any kind of control panel they wish, and this then gets interpreted as a control panel in real time for an audio synthesizer. It's important to mention where this idea came from. Billy, as a child, drew control panels for imaginary machines, for things like rocket ships and things like that. And this